Dragon Age the Veilguard is one of the most beautiful games I've played this year, and also one of the choppiest. Within my first hour, I was jaw-dropped by the art direction, then frustrated out of my mind as the game stuttered and chugged even after I dropped it down to medium settings. Anytime I moved my camera, it felt like the world was fighting against me. But performance isn't the only thing holding this game back. After 8 to 9 hours, the combat already felt repetitive, the story wasn't strong enough to keep me hooked, and honestly, I left more disappointed than impressed. This is my honest review of Dragon Age the Veilguard. Dragon Age has always been about tactical RPG combat, but Veilguard tries something different. It's an action RPG now. You're dodging, slashing, and firing abilities in real time. At any moment, you can still hit tab, pause the fight, and bring up your own party's abilities. You can assign your companions to target enemies and chain together powers for massive combo effects. It's a clever system, a fire spell into an ice burst, or combining a stun with an explosive follow-up. And when it works, it feels satisfying. Pulling off a perfect explosion that wipes a wave of enemies is awesome. The problem, the rest of the time combat feels slow. Animations are sluggish, and no matter how many abilities I unlocked in the skill tree, the fights themselves didn't evolve. After almost 10 hours, it was still the same handful of encounters on repeat. Fights drag on, then you're thrown into another 10-minute cutscene or dialogue section. The pacing just kills momentum, and the combat never found a rhythm that made me excited to keep playing. Now let's talk about the one area where Veilguard completely nails it, the visuals. This game is absolutely gorgeous. From the forest of Arlathan, I think that's how you say it, to the ruins scattered across the land, I constantly found myself stopping just to take in the view. The environments are dense, detailed, and filled with color. It's easily one of the best looking fantasy worlds I've seen in years. But here's the catch. Every time I moved the camera, the illusion broke. On an RTX 4060, even after lowering settings, the game was just jittery. And it's frustrating because Veilguard is so close to being breathtaking, but the performance makes it feel like you're looking at a beautiful painting while somebody shakes the frame. So what about the story? You begin with a powerful mage attempting to tear down the veil he raised long ago to imprison two gods. You interrupt him, and the result is chaos. Both gods escape, you and your companions are thrown into a dream dimension, and from there you're sent out across the land to stop their destruction. It's a fine setup, but it doesn't feel inspired. The structure quickly becomes predictable. Cutscene, long stretch of dialogue, a combat encounter, then back to another cutscene. And while the dialogue tries, it didn't pull me in. The world building is heavy. The characters talk a lot, and I never found myself caring deeply about the stakes. The standout moments actually came from companions. Watching a crow transform into a human, or seeing how party members reacted after I made a key decision. Those glimpses of life were memorable, but the main story, it just wasn't strong enough to keep me invested. One area I'll give full credit, character creation. It's insanely detailed. You can tweak everything, facial features, scars, tattoos, body shape, hair, eyes, all the small details. If you're the type who spends an hour sculpting your perfect hero, Veilguard has one of the best creators I've ever seen in a modern RPG. That's a big win. And when the game leans into spectacle, it works. Big cinematic boss fights, flashy ultimates, and cutscenes that scream epic fantasy. Watching my character unleash an ultimate or seeing a dragon crash down mid-fight is what Dragon Age should feel like. But it's not enough. Those highs are rare, buried under repetitive gameplay and pacing that drags. The result is, you remember the handful of awesome set pieces, but not much else. So here's the verdict. Dragon Age the Veilguard is beautiful, but painfully meh. It's one of the best looking RPGs I've seen in years, and the character creator is phenomenal. But the combat is repetitive, the story is forgettable, and the performance is frustrating. For Dragon Age veterans, this game is already splitting the community. Some like the action direction, others hate it. For me, it's just not fun enough to keep going. So my score is a 6 out of 10. If you've got Game Pass, it's worth a try. Maybe you'll click with the combat more than I did, but if you're looking for a new fantasy RPG to sink into, there are better options out there. In the end, it's beautiful but broken.